It's a wonderful asset. All over our country, park trails wind and meander throughout our neighborhoods. These countless trails help us to commute to work, allow us our daily workout regimen, and let us enjoy the outdoors when we feel the need. They're a place not only for bicyclists, but also for runners, walkers, and rollerbladers. We spend weekend time with our families on these trails or enjoy some after-work solitude as we make our way home on our daily commute. These many trails offer so much to all of us.
I come down here a lot with my kids. We ride to the trail and we ride and get ice cream, or we ride and get lemonade. There's always a treat. And I jog on here a couple times a week.
We bike, we rollerblade, we ride our scooters. It's convenient to walk to the school on every day or ride your bike too. The kids really enjoy all the nature that we see along the trail, the different animals.
And you go rollerblading together or bicycling or walking or hiking, and you meet a lot of people within your community, and you can stop along the way, grab a cup of coffee, and then just keep on going. It's great. It's a great way to spend the weekend.
Running is great, and just walking. It's a good chance for people to get out. I see like this jogger there. It's really good for people with little kids especially.
We use it for walking, for recreation. I rode my bike this morning on the trail.
The history of many recreation and commuter trails lies in our nation's railroading past. At the turn of the century, railroads were America's transportation backbone. Hundreds of thousands of miles of track were laid down, connecting virtually every part of the country into a vast transportation network. As the role of the railroads diminished over recent decades, many routes were abandoned, leaving empty, unused rail corridors in many cities and towns nationwide. Transportation designers, urban planners, and municipalities saw these abandoned corridors as a unique opportunity for innovation.
Our agency works closely with the community and the counties and even the railroad companies on the opportunity of converting a former railroad bed into a recreational and non-motorized transportation trail. And there are efforts going on throughout the nation to do just that, because you have an existing corridor with a large buffer and a 10-foot wide paved trail with gravel is an excellent surface amenity for the community.
As recreation trails are planned and implemented, it is a common occurrence that portions of a trail will run adjacent to a group of homes. The once unused corridor behind a home, previously an abandoned railroad corridor or open space, now becomes more readily accessible to the public. The purpose of this program is to discuss these sections of trail that were once believed to possibly cause a negative impact to neighboring homes, but have instead added a great many positive aspects. It's understandable for homeowners to have concerns about the conversion of open space adjacent to their property.
My first apprehension was, well, okay, maybe it's a security problem that, you always have to think about somebody coming over the fence.
Issues such as property values, loss of privacy, security, crime, and vandalism are very important concerns and are taken into great consideration when planners design and map out recreation trails.
I think probably in retrospect, even though I was very outspoken at first, mainly out of maybe a slight fear more than anything else, I think the idea of trailing it out and having it organized and regularly maintained and patrolled by the city is probably a very smart way to go.
The people who are in charge of each trail, they have people that come out every day, empty the trash, pick up the litter along the trail. They don't have to worry about them being an eyesore. And the people who use them aren't out to cause trouble.
I remember being anxious to have it paved, to make it. For a while, when the tracks were torn up, it was just gravel, and it really wasn't suitable for riding bikes on.
We have no problem that I've heard of any significance with either loitering or damage or things like that. And And one of the things these trail systems has become in this project in Folsom is kind of the identifying amenity for the project. And our residents, even though it's a city open facility, a facility that's open to anyone in the city, our residents really take great pride in the fact that it is a facility that's in their project and, you know, taking community ownership of it.
Found anecdotally, realtors telling us that they use the proximity to the trail as a highlight in their sales pitch for potential clients, and we found that being close to the trail adds property values to the neighborhood.
It's very safe, it's very quiet, and it gives you a real peaceful environment. It's a wonderful, wonderful benefit. And when we list a house on the west side, this is called the west side, it's very prestigious, very pricey. We put on that brochure next to the Iron Horse Trail. It's a good thing.
It has, in this area, in this case, raised the property values. Certainly, I've derived a lot of personal benefits from it.
Seems to me it's a good thing for your property values.
The design goals for these trails are simple. Create a multi-purpose recreation and transportation environment. During the design phase, great attention is given to accommodate all users, and particular attention is afforded to the concerns of the adjacent homeowners.
And now that we've lived here with the trail, I don't see a problem. I know that down here there were a couple of people who are really hot and heavy about it, and I think that they love it. As a matter of fact, one woman down here who was really kind of against it initially, as I was, she's got beautiful flowers out front now and looks great. I mean, she's put the flowers out outside her fence, and she didn't have to do that.
There is a significant component of the market, home buying market, that is willing to pay a premium to be next to permanent open space and trail type amenities.
Well, we see a lot of people that like to put gate access out on the trail. We have a neighbor policy where we provide that opportunity, and people come out and access the trail from their own backyards to go do their errands, and they've found the value for them as a trail.
So, after all the planning and designing, after all the groundwork and construction, after it's all done, we have a recreation trail, a safe, enjoyable, and efficient environment for bicycling, whether for recreation or as a means of transportation. The process can take several years from conception to reality, but the results are worth the wait.
We've had excellent success with relations with the neighbors and trail users. People respect the corridor. Once they get on the corridor, they're kind of focused straight ahead, and so they may notice the backyards or the gates, but they pretty much have their own purposes for being out on the trail.
A home along the trail is something that people want. It's something that the homes have appreciated because of the fact that the trail is here.
I'm not particularly outgoing in that sense, but walking on the trail, vast majority of people smile and say hi, and it does kind of promote a sense of well-being, you know, of that, you know, that you're in a neighborhood and you know people.
Trails are an asset to every community they serve. They beautify while reducing crime, urban traffic congestion, and pollution. But most importantly, they're a wonderful recreational resource that builds a sense of community and environmental awareness for both adults and children. Won't you join the long list of communities around the country in providing a trail in your neighborhood? Welcome it, use it, enjoy it.